Thank you for coming to my channel, Compass Starlight. The message that I recorded became quite a bit long. There are 3 points, 3 topics about which I wanted to speak. There are 3 energies I'm picking up on. So the first 2 are in one video, and the third one is in another video. The first 2 affect a person more internally, and the third topic is something we see in the greater scheme of things, big picture, sort of like a world-wide energy, if you will. Hi, welcome to my channel, Compass Starlight. I am picking up on a few different energies at the moment. There are 3 of them. The first one is an energy that is a catty energy. They're all 3 really annoying energies, but the catty energy is like sibling rivalry. It is this sort of useless banter back and forth. It's completely unproductive. It's like an assertion of will. Yeah, it's catty. The sisterhood, maybe. There's a reason why they say catty, if you can imagine 2 cats being in the same home, same proximity, and just tired of each other going back and forth. That's what it's like. But that could be between anyone under your roof that shares your roof. It could be any situation with a friend, a family member, anybody really. Somebody that you communicate with on a relatively regular basis. And maybe it's just because it's winter time and there's this sense of the winter blahs and just being stuck inside. But it's annoying, and as I said, it's unproductive. Man, how do you get over that? Find something to do with yourself, a way to preoccupy your mind. Shall I pull a card for that? Let's see. Perhaps. I get 2, and I might need my reading glasses. I think I do. Music and poetry. Card number 26. Oh, that looks way out of focus to me. I think that's just because I have such poor vision. Card number 26 and card number 27, and the irony is that I really shuffled these cards well before I hit the record button. So 26 is music. Wait, is that right? Yeah. 26 is music. Harmony. Attract friends. Disorient enemies. Oh my gosh. That is like, I don't know what. I want to say keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Yeah. This could indicate that somebody is maybe annoyed. If this is somebody who's annoyed with you, they might do something shady behind your back or say something shady behind your back. Attract friends, disorient enemies. I mean, that's not very helpful for any advice as far as what you can do. 27, which is poetry. There we go. Purification. Reveal emotions in private. So maybe this one is a message of advice to keep to yourself and not fight back if you feel like the situation is unjust, like not having to explain yourself over the situation. Yeah. So if you have a situation where a friend or sibling doesn't like something you said and they're making an attempt to call you out on the topic over which you take issue and you retaliate, your words just fall on deaf ears. This is to say, you're better off saving your breath. Reveal emotions in private. Keep things to yourself. And there's a harmonization there. So, looking at this card, poetry, these are my archetype cards. This is a protagonist here with a sphere at the feet. Okay, the sphere has the earth and the heavens. This is like an indication that in time The situation will change, it will pass. There are things that are happening in among the celestial bodies. Like this might be, I think there are a bunch of planets in Aries right now. Or a bunch of planets that were in Aquarius. Neptune is in Aries, I believe. But I'm not sure if another planet is joining Neptune there. I believe so. I'm not an astrologer. But Aries is like a really combative sign. It's really combative energy. It can be anyway. There's a lot more to Aries. But you see the protagonist here has a flute, and there's a fountain, and then the protagonist has a pitcher to pour water at their feet. But there's also a lot of grass indicating grounding. So you can transmute the thought energy, right? This is your own thoughts. These are words that people say. Any like potentially negative commentary, you can transmute that and harmonize it with music or using your voice. Like you could talk it out, and that kind of brings up one of the other points, the third point that I'll get to at the end. Because like I said, there are 3 topics, 3 energies that I'm picking up on. And then the emotional energy is pouring it back to the earth. There are emotions involved, probably for both parties. That would be like you and your sibling, for example. But being this protagonist is able to ground that energy. The first energy, music. This is the card about friends and enemies. There's a lot going on here in terms of the musical instruments. There are a lot of different ways to harmonize the energy. And then there's a goose, which can also be an aggressive creature. This could say that the other person or party has a lot going on, and the reality is, are you this person, or is the other party this person? Who is this card representing? But it doesn't really matter, because when we say like, oh, that person has a lot going on, you're making excuses for them. But also we all have a lot going on. There's always a lot going on in our heads. At least I like to believe that. I had a friend many years ago who suggested that some people just have moments when they don't think at all. And I just find that really hard to believe. Anyhow, there is potentially distraction with all of these instruments. It's like how to harmonize the energy. The bottom line is there may be a misunderstanding at the bottom of everything. A misunderstanding, a misinterpretation of words that are said or something that is done. And one person or party is upset because of their misinterpretation. And then the other person or party has an opportunity to engage in catty behavior or to let it go. Not let it go necessarily, but withdraw from participating in that energy and processing on your own and giving the situation time, as I was suggesting with the sphere representing the earth and the heavens. Time to let that pass. So that's the first energy I'm picking up on, the cattiness. I mean, I've had somebody on the road a couple times, and I think it's the same driver, and I literally have changed my plates and like removed stickers from my car. It's not like this person is seeking me out, but I'm pretty sure it's the same driver, just like trying to run me off the road a few times. Like I said, this person is not seeking me out. I don't believe that. I don't know who they are. It's just like an erratic driver, and when they don't like the way I drive, or like there was a time on the highway this person boxed me in. Like I couldn't get over to the other lane and missed an exit. It was just really weird and uncomfortable. But this week, this driver has also put me in an unsafe situation, to be honest. And like that driver had not a care in the world about it. Maybe it's something to do with like what they're experiencing and the energy that I embody, and there's a conflict there. But it's childish. Anyhow, that cattiness energy is the first one that topic I'm touching on. The second energy is also kind of a personal experience as well. Oh, it's the blockage. So this could manifest in your physical body as being like constipation, or like if you're a woman, maybe like your cycle is delayed and it's probably not menopause coming on, or you're probably it's probably not pregnancy. That's not, I mean, take whatever precautions you need to and see your doctor as you see fit. But it's just like a delayed, there's something that's delayed because there's a blockage. And it's an internal blockage. So that's kind of, those examples are like metaphors for this internal blockage. And the blockage is blocking energy flow. So if you've applied for a job, for example, and you haven't heard back whether or not you got the job, the suggestion is not to contact the employer, the potential employer, to find out where you stand in the process of their hiring process. My apologies for the background noise, kitties. Yes, the suggestion is not to inquire with the potential employer as far as where they are in their hiring process. The blockage comes from within, so it's not something that you need to reach out to get the ball rolling. So if there is an opportunity that you think for which you should be chosen, or you think it's meant for you, what you should focus on as the suggestion is your own energy, your internalization of what's going on. And this really comes down to a matter of confidence. Like, if you know it's yours, it will be. And it's like the power of faith and hope, and it's just crazy to me how that's been revealed to me this week, particularly in the last few days. The power of hope and faith, and really feeling into those emotions associated with like getting that job or getting whatever it is that makes you happy, that makes the things to which you aim. And this is like the power of manifestation. You behave like it's already yours, and it is. That is really what's required. So it can be hard to get your mind in a space where you feel like something is yours already. But the thing is like there's this expanse of time, and time isn't a real construct. There's this expanse of time, at least that's what it feels like to us. And in that time of feeling like there's an unknowing of the direction or consequence, outcome. There's an unknowing of outcome. It's there. It already exists. You just have to tap into it. But it's like it's going to go however you feel it will. So if you have doubts about the competition, and those doubts are greater than your faith, then that's what's going to happen. You have to know within. And so, how can you tune into that feeling, that knowing that it's yours already? You can, like, speak it into existence. Anytime doubt comes in, like, I'm just going to continue using getting a job as the example, but it could be many different things. If it's that job to which you've applied and you haven't heard back yet, you can have a thought that says, oh, I should have put this on my resume, or maybe I should have said this in my interview. There is your doubt, questioning the greatness of what you did present. And you need to trust and know that everything that you presented was perfect for the situation. So when that voice comes in, maybe I should have, you have to turn that around and tell yourself, no, I did exactly what I was supposed to. I was exactly where I was meant to be, and I expressed myself exactly as I was meant to express myself. And I'm awesome. That's how you kind of turn your thoughts around. Also, I particularly find that music can be helpful in some situations. Like, I used to play on team sports, and we would play music to get ourselves psyched up before, and we would play music to get us psyched up before we went out on the ice. But, it was really true in any sport that I played. Get yourself fired up. So, this is to say you want to be considerate of the type of music. Like, you can make a playlist, but just be really considerate of the kind of music that you add to that playlist. Because if it's something that detracts your thought trajectory from where you're going for, then it's not going to be helpful to you. And the third energy, which is a much bigger, more like bigger picture, more worldwide kind of energy, because those other situations, like the cattiness is going to make you reflect on yourself and your own behavior, and the blockage is something that's internal to you. The other energy that I'm picking up on is this energy of having to comb through things. In this video, I think I have to divide into at least 2 parts, so I'm definitely going to split it up. There's going to be a part 1 and part 2, and thank you for coming to my channel, Compass Starlight.